Have you ever watched a celebrity share their simple diet routine and thought, wow, that's amazing, but my body would never cooperate like that? I had the same reaction. So instead of doubting silently, I did the dangerous thing. I actually tried one of those celebrity diet hacks myself. And surprisingly, what happened was not just interesting, but genuinely educational. Also, mildly humiliating at times. But that's what makes this video worth watching. The hack I tested wasn't a secret Hollywood potion or some expensive cleanse that promises to detox your soul. It was a very practical eating pattern that many celebrities claim helps reduce belly fat, improve digestion, and stabilize energy. Normally, when celebrities say things like, "I just listen to my body," I roll my eyes, because most of us listen to our bodies and hear only, "eat chips." But this hack turned out to be rooted in actual nutrition science. And because I value evidence, and also because my genes were begging for mercy, I decided to try it for several weeks to see if it truly made a difference. The celebrity routine I followed seemed simple on the surface. Start the day with a fiber-rich breakfast, eat a balanced protein-focused lunch, and finish with a lighter dinner eaten earlier in the evening. That's it. No magic powders, no bizarre recipes, no dehydrated kale air from the mountains of Los Angeles. Just 3 structured habits supported by real research from various nutrition and metabolic health studies. These habits seemed too normal to be called a celebrity hack, but Hollywood has a talent for repackaging basic science as enlightenment. So here we are. Before I even attempted the routine, I wanted to understand the why behind it. For years, nutrition experts have explained the importance of fiber in the morning. Fiber slows digestion, supports gut health, and helps regulate appetite throughout the day. Eating a fiber-rich breakfast helps prevent sharp blood sugar spikes that lead to mid-morning cravings and inconsistent energy. It's not a miracle, it's physiology. When you start the day with stable glucose, your brain doesn't spend the next 4 hours sending emergency snack signals. Pair that with a protein-heavy lunch, which boosts satiety hormones and helps maintain muscle mass, and your afternoon becomes more productive and less, "My brain is several tabs open, and none of them are responding." The final piece, eating a lighter dinner earlier, supports better digestion and sleep. Late-night eating doesn't destroy your metabolism like the myths suggest, but it does increase the chances of overeating, bloating, and discomfort, all of which make your stomach feel like it's narrating a tragic documentary. With the logic established, I finally tested the routine. On the first day, I made myself a fiber-rich breakfast with oats and berries. It felt surprisingly filling, and for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like raiding the kitchen at 10 a.m. Lunch was simple lean protein and vegetables. Dinner was light, and I ate it earlier than usual. Nothing dramatic happened, but I did notice a strange feeling. It's called functioning like a normal human. My digestion wasn't complaining, my energy didn't crash, and my brain didn't feel like it needed a nap reboot. By day 3, the changes became more noticeable. Normally, I get random cravings in the afternoon, especially if my lunch doesn't contain enough protein. But this time, the cravings were significantly lower. My mood felt smoother, my focus improved, and I didn't experience the usual post-meal fog that makes you want to stare at the wall like a frozen loading screen. Additionally, I didn't feel bloated at night, which was a pleasant surprise and a sign that my stomach was appreciating the earlier dinner. By the end of the first week, my digestion felt much more stable. A week may seem too short for dramatic physical changes, but the internal changes were obvious. My stomach didn't feel heavy after meals, and the constant feeling of "I've eaten too much" was gone. And because I'm going to be honest, no, my belly did not magically disappear. I didn't wake up with a celebrity-level stomach that looks like it's on its way to a Marvel movie audition. But something had shifted. I felt lighter, I moved easier, and my clothes fit a tiny bit better. Not enough for dramatic before and after photos, but enough that I noticed and noticed again. In the second week, the changes were more visible. My stomach looked flatter in the morning, which is something I hadn't experienced in a long time. My digestion continued to improve, and I didn't feel as inflamed or puffy. My energy became more consistent throughout the day. It no longer felt like I needed caffeine to stay awake after lunch, and my appetite was actually predictable, which is rare for me. Usually my hunger schedule is like a toddler, unpredictable and dramatic, but this routine stabilized it. By the third week, something very interesting happened. The routine stopped feeling like a routine. It simply became my normal rhythm. I didn't feel deprived or restricted. I didn't feel like I was doing some hardcore diet challenge that makes you miserable and angry at life. Instead, I felt like I had established a pattern that my body actually liked. And one thing became very clear. This wasn't about eating less. It was about eating smarter. My sleep improved as well. Eating earlier meant fewer nights spent battling indigestion or rolling around wishing I had made better dinner decisions. As I entered the fourth and final week, the changes were undeniable. My belly was visibly flatter, my bloating was minimal, and my digestion was the best it had been in months. The routine had helped not through extreme dieting, but through stabilizing appetite, improving digestion, and aligning meals in a way that supported natural hunger hormones. My energy was consistent, and I no longer felt controlled by random cravings or unpredictable hunger spikes. And yes, my genes finally stopped threatening to explode, which is a victory worth celebrating. Now let's talk about why this method worked without being extreme. This routine naturally supports satiety hormones, especially when protein and fiber are prioritized. When you eat foods that fill you, you reduce overeating without forcing yourself into restrictive calorie counting. Your hunger signals become clearer, and your cravings become less intense. That balance creates a sense of control rather than the usual panic eating that bad diets trigger. This method also reduces nighttime snacking, which is a major contributor to belly fat. Eating earlier gives your stomach time to digest properly before you fall asleep, reducing discomfort and supporting better rest. And a stable sleep cycle helps regulate appetite hormones as well. Another major reason the method works is that it supports gut health. Gut bacteria play a bigger role in bloating, metabolism, and inflammation than most people realize. A normal diet with processed snacks, inconsistent mealtimes, and late-night overeating often puts a lot of stress on the gut. A simple, structured routine calms everything down. Once again, not magic, just biology. The best part about this entire experience was something I didn't expect: sustainability. Unlike crash diets that feel like punishment, this routine didn't make me miserable. I didn't walk around feeling deprived. I didn't spend time fighting my cravings. In fact, I barely had cravings. And that's the definition of a sustainable habit, something you can maintain without feeling tortured. It felt more like a lifestyle shift than a strict diet, which made it easier to stick with. When a routine fits naturally into daily life, you're far more likely to keep going without stress. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and comment. Try another hack, so I know what to test next. Your support helps the channel grow and motivates me to keep experimenting so you don't have to.